Hi, Rex. My name is Tara. I'm one of the case managers here at the Resource Center. So what brings you in today? How can I help?
Well, kind of gotten some problems going with the family and kind of stressed
Yeah.
about that.
Okay. So you're feeling some stress around your family. Is there anything specific that maybe something that happened that I might be able to help with?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I'm having trouble paying rent, and that, you
Okay.
know, yeah, for the family, and that just it kind of sucks that way.
Okay.
I got laid off a few months ago, and things just haven't been coming together.
Gotcha. So you're not employed right now then? Okay. And how much is rent?
Well, I mean, so it's 2,400 and
Okay.
change for us these days, and that's just I mean, I paid it the first few months, but now it's
Yeah.
making some tough choices here, and I'm not
Yeah.
quite sure what to do.
Yeah, that's something that we can definitely help with. We have a rent assistance program for folks. And, I really want to just commend you for coming out and asking for help because that's a hard thing for a lot of people to do. So, first of all, let me just say that, I appreciate you coming in today and we can work with some of our other case managers and maybe somebody in the financial department about getting you some help with rent. That's certainly a doable thing. Is there anything else that's going on that might be, an issue that you want to talk about here?
Well, so okay, so what is it now? It's April, so it was January when they gave the rifts, and
Yeah,
then and so I've been looking, for something in my industry, and just like with multiple shops laying guys off, it's just haven't been able to find it. And I'm used to taking care of the family. I'm the guy, I
right,
I provide for the family. And so to
right.
think that what this could do to the kids and just, I hate to think of them being embarrassed by, us and me and
Yeah.
stuff.
So it sounds like there's some like feelings of maybe some guilt and shame wrapped into this whole picture. And we have a whole employment department as well. And they help people put together resumes, cover letters, practical help for getting back into the workforce or maybe even getting into another field. If that would be something that interests you. I know you mentioned that a lot of guys are being laid off right now, and it might be, a really hard time in your particular industry, but, maybe a career change or we can look at your strengths and kind of figure out maybe what you would be interested in as far as a career goes, and we can do some assessments. And we have a whole career center that focuses specifically on that. So it sounds like you came to the right place.
Thanks. I never expected to have to ask for help.
Yeah. Asking for help can be a big deal. And it's especially hard for people. I know that there have been times in my life that I've been reluctant to ask for help too. Um, and it's always, had some of those, like I talked about, those guilt and shame feelings around asking for help. But, you know, if we can get you back on track and get the rent paid up and maybe have you send out a couple resumes, I believe that it'll be a mood booster for you, and it might take away some of those feelings of reluctancy around your family and loss and that kind of thing. So if you're willing to work with me, I'd be happy to help you out on these things.
Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate that because it's not, yeah, it's a this month thing, but it's going to be a this month thing and a next month
Yeah.
thing, and I've got to figure something out.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we want to do here is help set you up for success, so that we don't just pay your rent for 1 month and then next month what happens, So if we can get you working again and honestly, meaningful work is a huge piece of uh of anybody's life. We spend more time there than we do anywhere else. So, having something solid and that you feel comfortable with and that you can pay your bills and pay your rent with, is really important. And, if that's one of your goals, we can certainly work on that.
We weren't raised for a real man to be on welfare, you
Yeah.
know? I mean, I
Yeah.
I I work with my hands, I make stuff, and I've always, and anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's an emotional thing. It takes a lot out of you mentally and it takes a lot out of you emotionally. And, a lot of times men don't talk about things like that because they're expected to be the provider. But we see everybody kind of as on the same page here, and everybody needs a little support now and then. So, and if you feel comfortable, we can work together and kind of break these things down into baby steps and get you back on track, because
Okay.
ultimately we don't want to keep you around this resource center forever. We want to give you some skills and tools and then get you back into your community doing your thing with your family. So,
All right.
if that sounds like a good plan, well, let's get to work.
All right. Well, where do we get started?
All right.